Big Daddy camera is up there. It is not a neighborhood show. I didn't change this screen at all. Not even a little bit. Boy, I thought I was slick. I got all the other ones done, but not this one. Let go to that one, bottom glass show, and then you got to get rid of the stupid thing over here with the chingaderas and the up and down and the yin and yang. And got to go to the brick wall thing right there.
Rumble's
brick
not up.
Well, Rumble should have been up. I did everything correctly on Rumble. If Rumble's not up,
muted.
What?
Trippy says muted.
Muted. We're not muted. It is not muted on this end.
Never mind, just very low volume.
All right. Well, all I can tell you is, let me turn it up there. It's a little bit low on the volume because of the room we're in. Got a lot of echo in here. We're not in a real studio anymore. So I'm giving you guys really all I got. That's about as much as I can do. Can anybody hear me? Are we still good? I didn't run a test run on this for you guys. I didn't have time. You got to tell me, are we okay? Are we going to make it? Are we buddies?
Better. They're saying better.
All I can do is I will yell. I will yell into the microphone where everybody can hear me. Brick walls up. It's a foolish dog. Where's the other one? There's another one in here somewhere that's got to be turned off. Is that it? No, that's not it. That was the wrong one. Goddamn redneck hillbilly running a mic. Why is this thing not here? It's there. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, other than the big white spot behind me, where usually there's decorations and American flag and whatnot, we don't have those right now. Everything should be normal for you fine feathered folks out there.
We're a go.
All right, so Gen X Mom's going to have to talk louder than hers, but we got to start this thing off right. Don't make me do it the wrong way. I got to do it the right way. We start off with the same thing every show. Neighborhood shows, got to go off. Why'd I click that one? Wanted to click this one. There it is. The $1.2 million view. We are very close to the Minden Studios. We're broadcasting from the Loop Studios. We actually had less problems at the Minden Studios, but we lost our lease. Yeah, we lost our lease at the Minden. They raised the rates. They wanted a triple net lease, and they wanted a special seat at the table. You know how old people get. It's their old and crotchety, so we're drinking from the Loop. Yeah, this is Gen X Talks from the Loop Studios. Same similar view as the one the Sun Valley Fox has provided there with his $1.2 million view looking through his jar of Pendleton out at the mountains surrounding South Lake Tahoe. So whatever your view is, whatever my view is, we can drink all together. So let's drink this one and kick this pig. Gen X Mom.
I don't have anything to say except hello and good evening and welcome to the Bottom of the Glass Nation.
Welcome.
Are you okay?
I'm trying to be okay. We could go to the side-by-side view. Oh, look, there she is. Don't you guys like...
I'm so tired.
With the generic behind us, just the way we haven't got one thing set up in here. We barely got the studio set up. I can move her in a little bit. Hey, stand by, citizens. Let me get her. Let me connect her real quick. Let's move in. We'll go just
the Sun Valley Fox is reporting the picture is really clear and looks great.
Well, you know what? That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
As long as the Sun Valley Fox can see what's going on, fuck them. That doesn't matter. Everybody else, the rest of you can go fuck yourselves. The Sun Valley Fox has spoken. All right.
Yes.
So there's stuff, man. There is strange things afoot at the Circle K. If it sounds a little echoey, we need to go full Lebowski in this room. And Gen X Mom, what do we need from Lebowski in this room to make it better?
A rug that pulls the room together.
Ties the room. Gotta have a rug that ties the room together because we'll put some stuff on the walls that won't be so echoey, but it's a hardwood floor. And so we'll get a big thick rug on here and that'll help. Things will improve, but hey, we're here. That's all that matters. We've made it this far. So, all right, sweetheart, you will raise your hand or throw something heavy at me if something comes on the sheets and let me know, right?
I will let you know. You go right ahead.
So just remember, to my left and your right is Gen X Mom, and she's reading between the sheets. All of you out there in radio and TV land, if you're in the comments section saying stuff, moderators are writing things down and putting them between the sheets. Gen X Mom is between the sheets, right where I want her to be, reading stuff back to me. Yes.
Trippy, our executive staff member, is reporting there is no tip jar. Man.
You know, I can't tell whether Trip is being helpful or like sticking a knife in me, like your mother. You know, he could have texted quietly and said the tip. No. There is a jar in here. There is one, and it is missing. And let's turn it on. There's a jar. Boom, boom, boom. You know why there was no jar? Because this was last set up for the podcast, and we don't put a tip jar up in the podcast. So yes, if you would like to tip the dancing bear, something will fall into the jar for you.
Do you realize we could leave this here because we're coming back Tuesday?
Wait a minute, what? We're
leaving tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to come back Tuesday, right? Or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Oh, then it's all got to go home.
It's all got to go home. We got to tear it down. We need a tear down crew. We get rich and famous one day. We're going to get a tear down crew. All right. So remember, it's a Gen X Talks live stream, just like the Gen X Talks podcast, just like the shorts, the reels, the long form videos. It's all about common sense. We apply common sense to the things we see around us. There's sometimes it's news, sometimes it's stuff I find, sometimes it's things you guys give me, and we apply the common sense factor to it. Let me tell you what that means. Let me explain that to you. For those of you that are new, for your dancing and listening pleasure, let me understand the key meanings of that. First of all, we're all going to drink. If you're not drinking, you can't participate as well. What I need you guys to do is dim the lights, put the cat out, let the dog in, grab an adult beverage, sit back in your chair, and drink. Why? I'm drinking and telling lies. You're drinking and believing them. We add a little pinch of common sense to that, like Pixie does, and how that works out is, for example, the famous example I always give, O.J. Simpson was found not guilty. So there's millennials and there's Gen Zs. That poor man, we fed all the things he went through. He finally found innocent. Everybody in the Gen X table's going, that fucking guy killed his wife. I mean, we just know he did. We don't care what you guys say. We apply common sense to situations and we come up with common sense answers. That's what this entire show is about. So if you're frail, if you're weak, if you're a little in the ununderstanding area, don't drink. Just go fucking walk away. Turn off the live stream and leave. You can come back later and sit at the little kid table. But for right now, the grown-ups have a live stream to get to. I'm going to drink one more time. Drink with me. Don't let me drink alone. I have drank alone before. I'll probably have to do it again at some point in my life. But for right now, I got some friends out there. Here we go.
We have Insurmountable Cali Cat on YouTube for 32 months. Best bar ever. Long live the king and queen of GXT. Congratulations on getting the loop up and running.
Yeah, barely. Thank you, Cali Cat. It was a barely episode, but we got it.
And then Kevin Grimes says, Mama X, is that hair color part of the contract negotiations? Looking good.
Yeah, because can you see the screen? Can you see you on the screen?
It's really tiny.
It's you have quite a red tint to it. It looks good.
I haven't done anything.
It's a little bit Elvira.
Oh well,
Mistress of the Dark.
It's looking red.
Gotta say.
I haven't done anything, but okay. Thank you.
She hasn't done anything but look good, as you might have noticed. Yeah.
John Morgan for $5 on YouTube says, "Did you pull out the old tore up dining room table since the studio is not there?
Yeah,
the
no.
holes and cuts will still be in it."
No, we're leaving. We're going to sell the studio with the house and build a new one. And the table that Lionheart designed in the studio, this is what John's talking about, is on top of our old oak dining room table. It's staying. Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to stay.
It wouldn't fit in this room.
It wouldn't fit anywhere. It'll fit in the next house we do, the next studio. But the one we leased a house for 2 years while we're building our house in Dayton. And this house is perfect for our needs. It's going to be wonderful. But no, there's not enough room. This house is less than half the size of our old one, plus no studio. We had more than double the size and a separate studio. It's all crammed into this. So here we go.
We're in the same location,
Oh, you're going to go there again.
I put him in the far back of the house.
You put me as far away from you as you could. You said your office is up here, my office. We could have been a lot closer together.
No, we couldn't.
We could have been across the hall.
No, we couldn't.
Yeah, and that's a true story. Not even true, it's a story.
On the other side.
Yeah,
as you should be.
I could ring a bell and she can't hear it to come running. Not happening. All right, so where were we? Do-doom. Let's go to the picture side here if I can get the drag and drop section to come up. And the drag and drop section is here. Okay. Couple things. We'll race through some stuff. We don't want to get hung up on anything for too long. At the Loop Studios, Gen X Talks live stream from the Loop. So this has got to be one of the best political cartoons. I love this guy Branko. He writes stuff all the time, but this one caught me. I don't usually throw out the political stuff unless you and I do a world show together. Unless you guys are there and I'm there and we're not. But this one right here. Do you see this one? It's got Republicans and Democrats, the elites, and they're just going at Trump. And the Trump's got the American worker behind him because it's the tariffs, it's Doge, it's all this. It's tearing them all down. All the Republicans, all the Democrats that have been stealing and living large off of us for a long time, it's all coming down. And that's really an accurate picture of what's going on. Like it or not, hate him or love him, that's what's going on right there. Whether you like it or not, I don't give a shit. That is a true true cartoon, which most of them are. Political cartoons are funny that way. All right. So don't forget, if you didn't hear the ringing of the bell, if you didn't get a notification from somebody from any of the whatever platform you're on, if you're on TikTok, if you're on Rumble, if you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, wherever you are, if you didn't get a notification, that's not on us. We can't do anything about that. But what we can do is we send you guys an email. Not only if you join Patreon for $1, just $1, you get over 4 years of behind the scenes stuff. You also get an email going, hey, we're going live in half an hour, whether it's a radio station, podcast, or live stream. We let you guys know. We don't bother you. We don't sell you stuff. Just let you know when stuff's posting. So if you want to grab that, it's $1. The moderators on all of the platforms can put up a direct link for you for Patreon. You should see the link go by. Just click on that. It's $1. Helps us out. All right. I got to tell you, one of the guys I went to school with, I think, is thrown in the towel. I won't say his name.
Throw in the towel for what?
I think he's just given up. Yeah, no, not life. He's given up. Well, sort of. He's given up on a certain part of life and just resigned himself to the fact that he's going to just be old, and that's it. Huh. And here's what he sent me. I'll let you guys in on it. He sent me this. I had to call him and get an explanation because I was a little bit worried. It's a true story. He writes this: instead of a condom, I carry a moist towelette in my wallet. The odds of me finding delicious chicken wings are far greater than having sex. So I took that as a pretty serious sign. He's throwing in the towel. He's like, I'm going to carry a moist towelette instead of a condom. I'm going to find chicken wings way before I get laid.
Well,
it was
there comes a time, I guess. There comes a time.
You just have to give up and move on. Now, for those youngsters out there, or those of you that are young at heart, you just keep trucking on there, Kaniki, with your 25-cent 3-year-old condom in the back of your car. I'm just telling you how it goes. I'm just letting you know, as a friend of mine. I called him. I was concerned, but that's fair. You got to admit that's fair. All right. So we did travel from California up to Nevada. We're up in the Reno area. We had told you guys know that we bought a small piece of bare land in Dayton. We try to build on it, and we're moving stuff up. We rented a house for a couple years here in Minden, Nevada, where we can have a base of operations and live and exist and do things while we're building out there. I didn't think we would all fit in a fifth wheel. I don't think that was what we needed to do. So we did this, and we're here, and we're on our way. And Briggs and all of us, and some of us were on a 360 app where we can see each other. And Briggs got on ahead of us because we were towing the trailer going slow. And when you're doing your normal thing, they put a little picture up there on the 360 app, Life 360. A little car. See, we're going there as the Gen X moms traveling in the car, a little station wagon, going station wagon speed. Now, you wonder how Briggs got so far ahead of us. Look at the icon that they put next to his name. It's a fucking cross between Speed Racer Lightning McQueen with flames coming out the back. That is not the normal icon that is next to his picture while he drives. No. This comes out, and I had to click on it to find out why they changed it to this race car. 86 miles an hour. Ah. I guess anywhere over 80, you get the Ricky race car treatment. So that little telltale sign there on where he is and how he's going. I'm just saying. So we did get up here. We had a big truckload and 2 truckloads and a trailer load of stuff to do. Trailer is brought to you by the Banana Sauce Union and Dr. Shadowlight. And we started unloading some stuff. We had some help. Christine Matlock was nice enough to send us a small crew of her friends and family out here to help get us on. Christine Matlock, as you know, married to Ben Matlock.
Never lost a case.
And so they came out and helped us unload everything, and we started putting stuff away. They did it so fast between Briggs and them. They did it. We were 30 minutes. The whole trailer was done. Trucks, trailers, everything was out of the way. So, the next thing was that was yesterday. She was... my wife, Gen X mom, to my left, you're right. She was hungry, and funny enough, in Carson City, there is an In-N-Out Burger. And so I was going to look up where the In-N-Out Burger and surprise her. She goes, well, you head up the hill, the second driveway on your left, past the Best Buy. Best Buy is on your left, In-N-Out Burger's on your. I was like, holy shit.
Not that I know.
Not that you know.
Huh.
Yeah. So I trucked my big, fat, natural white ass down to the In-N-Out Burger. You guys are familiar with In-N-Out Burger parking lots, probably like Whataburger. They zigzag 60 cars and fit them in there. And then this one started going through the parking lot all the way to Best Buy. True story. This thing was lit up all the way. Look how far away the building is. I'm not even to the parking lot where In-N-Out begins their little Disneyland lineup of how to get in.
It's not very planned out there. Did you notice how it's weird?
It's not.
It's not very
All
good.
I know is I was 42 cars deep and you're texting me and I'm going, yes, honey, I'll be right along with you. Yeah, I'm getting it, honey.
Yeah. There was a time where the Sun Valley Fox had to hop over to California to get his In-N-Out burger.
Well, now he just has to hop
Down the
over
street.
and wait 45 minutes to place his order for In-N-Out burger, but it is there. So we crashed out last night, got up this morning, started putting stuff away. One of the big things to do is, of course, get the cable ready. Now, those of you that are on Patreon, those of you members of the General's Lunchbox on Facebook, YouTube members, you guys already saw this story today in detail. But what we had to do was Spectrum. We came out here before. We couldn't even do a show last time. The upload and download speeds of the modem, they were shit. I mean, they weren't even embarrassingly bad. They were broken. So I called them. They're like, no. Those numbers are wrong. They can't be that low. They can't be that shitty. I'm like, well, they are. So fuck you. They're bad. Fuck you. So they sent out a guy today, and I explained to him very calmly. I said, look, here's the gig, man. These numbers were so low, they almost didn't register on speed tests. He goes, okay. And I said, no, I'm not fucking around with you. I'm not making it up. So he gets into it, and he starts looking around. And for temporarily, we got modems and cables and stuff hanging out over there. But he had everything was on a shelf for him, easy to get to. And it's not like last time where the cable guys were really good looking and Gen X mom hides the modems in her underwear drawer and goes, oh, it's right over here.
Oh,
it's right here. Just take a look and everything's fine. So this guy, he dives into this. This guy's name was Matt Murphy, and he's with Spectrum. Nice guy. And he dives into it. And within 20 minutes, he's scratching his head. And I learned he wasn't scratching his head because he didn't know what he was doing. He was scratching his head going, what the fuck is Spectrum doing here? And come to find out that the numbers were shitty. They were horrible. So, well, I'll tell you what he did. Matt goes in there and just basically, after going through some stuff for a little while, we had some great conversations, made a good friend today with Matt. He fucking ripped everything out. He's like, fuck it. I got new shit on my truck, better shit. He comes back in, reprograms it all, new cables, new everything. He goes, now you're up and running. The only problem is he shows me speeds on his phone through his speed test. And I'm like, no fucking way. You made that up. Those aren't real numbers. No numbers are that high. They're not that fast. He's like, no, it's true. He gives me a story and an explanation of how that does it. So here's the deal. This is our first show back. Now we'll see if things slow down because of the internet, because of the computer we're using, or because of Streamline. We don't know. May work very well the whole night. If it does, this is Murph the Cable Guy, and he's our friend, and everything's good. See Murph the Cable Guy there? If everything goes wonderfully, Murph the Cable Guy will be an addition to the Gen X Talks family. He'll be in the cast of characters up here in the Reno area because I got lectured by Matt the Cable Guy, or Murph the Cable Guy today, on how much of a steak connoisseur he is. I mean, he's like you. He's like cast iron only.
Yes.
That was it. And then he gives a few ingredients of what kind of real butter he uses. And I was like,
grass-fed butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it.
So he's deep into it. So when I mentioned to him that Christine Matlock challenged Chef John, and we're doing that this summer, we're going to have a big barbecue up here and have a little cook-off, he was like, please let me come. Please let me come. Then he quickly switched it like, wait, you only have an even number of chefs?
No,
of judges? You have an even number of judges? You know you have to have an odd number of judges. We do. We had 4. Now, so he volunteered to be a judge. Judge number 5 will be Murph the Cable Guy. We'll let his wife come up, bring his kids up, and have a good time there. Now, this is all if our cable works.
He doesn't get invited if it's not.
No, the next picture right here. This is what happens if our cable doesn't work. Spectrum sucks, and Murph can get bent. This is the picture you get sent to you, Murph, if the cable winds up fucking up and going sideways. You know, there's 2 ways you can go here, Murph. You're either the hero and you're Murph the Cable Guy and everybody's good, or literally everybody hates you because you fucked everything up and you couldn't do your job. Now, to be fair, I just met the man today. Things are going good so far, but I'll know in a little while. When everybody gets home and all these kids jump on their internet, if it drowns out the account because there's 200 houses on one node, this is the picture Murph's going to get.
Spineless Wonder Boner says, I graduated from culinary art school in June of 1999. I'll come judge.
That'd be 6 judges. Then we'd need a 7th.
I'm just saying, opinion.
Are we just going to have everybody at the whole place judge and turn in a piece of paper? I'm sorry, there's 392 judges, and we're going to tally up the votes like in just like Game of Thrones. Just put a little chit on a poll for each person on that. No, okay. I don't know. All right, so that was our deal with Murph the Cable Guy. So you might hear more about him.
I'm going to tell him the big surprise that we found out about him.
That was so weird meeting that guy today. He was so cool and he was so nice.
That's where we're coming from. That's how it started.
And we said,
right?
well, right now we've been in Bakersfield, California. He's from Bakersfield. He lived there while we lived there. We overlapped like 4 or 5 or 6 years, and then he moved up this way, 18 years ago. What are the chances that Murph the Cable Guy, solving our problems for the Loop Studios and Gen X Talks, was from Bakersfield?
Affirmation.
Fortuitous. This is a God design. This is an omen. If you believe in omens, that's got to be one. That has to be one there. All right. Where was I? Doom. So I just said, because, of course, with the Sun Valley Fox, he calls and says, what do you guys do? I said, we're unloading. He goes, all right, I'll be over later. Calls, what are you doing? I said, we're unloaded now. We're getting ready to put stuff away. He goes, okay, I'll be over later. He calls back, says, what are you doing? I said, well, we've got everything put away and we're sitting down. He goes... I said, what the fuck, man? He goes, well, I didn't want to come over too soon. Yeah, he just avoided all the work by doing that, coming over later. So St. Donna and the Sun Valley Fox did spend some time here. We kind of got caught up and relaxed, and it all worked out good. But the thing was that because I'm moving around and I'm losing some of my pictures and things, I told my wife, I said, you just need to give me a picture of you and your brother. Sun Valley Fox is Gen X Mom's older brother. And I just said, give me a picture so I can put something up there. So she digs through her stuff and she sends me this. Now, I said, why'd you send me this picture? She goes, what's wrong with that picture? That's my brother. And I said, yeah. I said, I get it. That's you. I said, if I recognize you, she hasn't changed at all. I know this picture was like 30 years ago, and she hasn't changed a bit. And I said, who's the guy in the picture? She goes, that's the Sun Valley Fox. That's my brother. I said, well, then who was this fucking old guy that was at my house today? Because the old guy at my house didn't look anything like this motherfucker at all. I said, I don't know what planet you're on. I said, I asked you for a picture of you and your brother. So if this is your brother, then who the fuck do we keep hanging out with over there in Minden? Something's got to give. Something's not right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll get to the bottom of this. But at the moment, everything seems completely fucked up and backwards. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. And it's empty, so I'm going to pour something. Gen X Mom, do you have anything to say while I pour and drink?
I do. Star Roberts on YouTube gifted 5 Gen X Tops memberships tonight. Jane on Facebook said, did you sell your house yet?
No, we're close.
Not. Mark Mills on Facebook says, hey, can you post a picture of the big guy without the beard? Just for fun.
We did that last week. I had pictures.
Is there one?
Last week, we posted picture. Oh, wait, without the beard. No.
Without the beard.
No.
You've always had.
No.
Maybe 6th grade.
As soon as I hit 7th grade, I had a full beard. So if you get something from before then, no. Yeah. I did post some pictures. We had the thing. We showed you that video that I'll never show anyone again. We did that last week. You're on camera when you do that. That's Briggs sticking his head in there.
Hey, there's no red light.
No, that's true. No rules have been broken.
Here we are in the
You're
whoa.
right here.
We're in the whoa.
We are not in the
We're
whoa.
In the whoa right now.
The loop.
The whoa. Boy, you'd be like, hey man, I'm heading over to the whoa.
The door opens up.
This is why I drink.
Oh my gosh.
This is cool. Oh, you have us both on camera.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Saturday. It's Saturday.
Yeah, the show with bottom of the glass with the two.
I get it now.
All right. So, is there anything I can do for your celebrity career? Can I get back to my job?
Hey, Briggs. They're all saying Briggs.
I was wondering what was happening. I'm in the whoa.
Yes, we're in the loop, man.
You took my Ethernet cord and I'm just playing Halo.
Okay, these are all my Ethernet cords. Just because you grabbed one from the house doesn't mean it's yours.
Do you want me to leave you guys alone?
Just stay where you are.
5 minutes, and then my Ethernet cord gets ripped from the one that I brought from the studio. He didn't bring it. I brought it.
Again, the Ethernet cord returned home to its proper owner, and we're using it now.
I was taking it to bring it to the whoa. For my use.
Hold on.
The loop.
I say something with him here. Raven said, here in New Jersey, the loop is where married men take hookers for sex.
Okay, so we're at the whoa.
So it fits. Okay, the loop. I got you.
Whoa.
Well,
There's an article coming up in tonight's show about hookers and neighbors.
oh, great.
So that's on its way. Stay tuned.
All right, we'll start.
Yeah, man. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, me go. Don't mine now.
I'm fast. I'm quick, baby.
Everybody, they're saying hi to you. Let them see your face.
They have to.
They're trying to say hello to you and goodbye.
Cut off.
There you go. All right, there's Briggs, everybody. He's holding down the rest of the fort while we broadcast from the Loop Studios. What else you got there, dear?
I have a Star Robber says, General, have you taken a trip to the Mint in Minden
No,
and buy a 1 ounce silver bar yet?
Not yet.
Has the Sun Valley Fox told us about the Mint?
no. You and I had to discover that wandering around aimlessly on our own because he's not guiding us in anything at all.
Oh, I wonder.
He's not only a terrible.
Terrible. No more for you.
No more Drisky for me. Drisky. Hello. What?
No more for you.
No more whiskey for me because he's a terrible Gen X. He's not a Gen Xer. He's a terrible. Fuck it. It just is. No, he hasn't
Okay,
helped
never
do
mind.
anything.
Christopher Sevick says, General, do you plan on following the crowd and doing that AI action figure fad?
The one where you actually print them out, like you get them made and printed out, or are you just talking about how they're generating the action figures on you can take pictures of it? Because there's two different things. There's more than two. But those are the two that come to mind. No, I'm not going down that road at the moment. Thank you. All right, can we get back to the drag and drop section of the
You sure
program?
can.
There
Go
we
right
go.
ahead.
All right, back to the drag and drop section. So I don't know who this guy is, but if this guy was her brother, who's the old guy that was there today? Now, I got to ask you guys something. In the neighborhood we live, there's little parks and there's little duck blinds, but you can't shoot anything. And there's little ponds and there's geese and stuff. So I just took it upon myself to get some fresh air today. Went out there and sat down in this big grassy, rolly area. And there were some really cool pictures of wildlife. I'm not a big wildlife guy, like with cameras. I don't shoot them either. Not one of those guys. I don't do a lot of hunting. But I think these are gophers. So I don't know if those are something you're supposed to be happy about, or gophers are like shitty and you're supposed to get rid of them. I don't know. But a gopher popped out of a hole and I'm like, holy shit. Grab my camera, focus on the gopher. I think it's a gopher. And another gopher appeared. And I froze. They froze. I took the picture. I'm not sure what to think about this. Maybe we could put it on a t-shirt if you guys can caption this for me. This is what I saw today. I don't know what to think about this. You guys are going to have to guide me. Was the bat gopher pissed? Like, hey, motherfucker. And his friend said, no, calm down, Phil. Everything will be fine. Or was he looking at me go, no, you can't take his picture unless you give us $1. I don't know what was going on here. But after I took the picture, they took off and I stood up, went back inside the house. This is just Nevada life out here. This kind of weird shit that happens. If I take a picture of a horse, is a second horse going to come and get in the picture? Kind of photobomb, but this is a real picture. So you guys, it's an absolute true story. If not, it's true. It's a story. Don't forget that part either. So you guys have to caption that, send that to me, and I'll make that into some sort of a T-shirt. So this is Nevada.
The caption said, spot and stock, you look, it's the General.
Yeah. See, I think the gopher in the back is going, that motherfucker owes me money.
Star Robert says, hold my beer.
Yeah. I'm thinking this wasn't friendly. I don't know. I didn't cause any problems. It wasn't getting. Another one we're trying to do is, how the Gen X Talks did those. We did hot sauces. They weren't really hot sauces. They were. Well, they were kind of hot sauces one year. We had different hot sauces. Went through a company that was a guy who was participating in Gen X Talks, and his company would put custom labels on different things, and we tasted them and put them out there. It was kind of fun. Some of you guys still have those for nostalgia, but there's a company that'll do it with soda. There's a company that'll make like an RC middle-of-the-road soda. And what would we call it if it was Gen X Talks a soda? There'd have to be if it was just going to be called Gen X Talk Soda, then there's got to be a cool tagline. Like Jolt Cola was a great name.
You ever wonder what a Gen X thinks?
What does that have to do with the soda? Remember this, Jolt Cola was a great name, but Jolt Cola, the tagline was all the sugar and twice the caffeine. That's a great tagline. You could have put Gen X Talks, all the sugar, twice the caffeine. We could have done something. I think we should not pretend that
All the sarcasm.
that it's not killing anybody. I think we should not pretend that it's not. We should just go, this soda will kill you slowly with 4 doses of red dye number 5 and all natural pure cane sugar from Hawaii. Grown in the sun. Never mind. I don't know. You guys have to text me that. If you guys can think of a caption for the Gophers, if you guys come up with one of these, you guys email me or at genxdad@genxtalks.com. You guys do something with this, then 100% I'll give you credit. If you come with a name and the tagline, we'll put your fucking name in the ingredients on the back. Your name will be one of the ingredients if you guys come up with something. I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of a cool thing, but my brain cells, I don't have any left.
Star Roberts calls it Loop Cola.
Loop Cola. Boy, that'll just make Briggs mad. Briggs insists we're on the who.
Cali Cat says Gen X soda never gets old.
Oh, that's probably good for a commercial. That's not bad. You guys are getting there. But we need something like that for a Gen X Cola.
Kel Riken says Gen Cola, the flavor of X.
The flavor never dies. Yeah, we built this on merry-go-rounds, and it tastes like neglect. And you know what?
Ever wonder what a Gen X drinks?
Ever wonder what a Gen X drinks? And then when you buy a 6-pack, it comes with a key so you can pop them open, because we were all latchkey kids. We went home alone. So every 6-pack comes with a little key that you can pop open the lids with. See, now we're getting somewhere. Collective thinking. This is how it works. All right.
Latchkey lager. Sorry.
Latchkey lager. All right. I got to try to find the phone number for you fine folks. Oh,
can I say a couple things real quick?
Well, I don't even have the phone in here.
No, you don't. I don't even know where it is. Where is it?
Briggs had it, because Briggs said, are you making any calls tonight? And I said, I don't think so, but now I am. I'll tell you what, you talk, and I'll try to get him to bring us the phone.
What am I supposed to say? Just kidding.
You just said you had something to say.
I'm just teasing. Sean MacArthur on Facebook, here's 200 stars for the happy couple. Enjoy. Glad to be a part of the Bottom of the Glass Nation. Daniel Velasquez on YouTube is celebrating 33 months. Gen X soda mixed with Pop Rocks. That's a gold time. Robert Dickerson on Facebook. General, how will you start classifying the kids raised by real, actual Gen Xers? I know mine are much smarter than ones wrapped up in bubble wrap and helmets. What are we calling them?
I don't know. That's a good point. A lot of the older millennials that were raised by Gen X or late boomers. There's a category of millennials that were right up against the dates of Gen X, and they're called Zennials with a Z or with an X instead of Zennials or Millennials with a Z or an M. It's XENN.
What are you calling the Gen Zers? Because we are Gen X and we have a Gen Zer. What are they being called?
Idiots. Pretty sure that's the term. Pretty sure that's going to stick.
Okay.
Dumbasses.
All right. Star Roberts gifted 5 more memberships tonight. That's 10.
You know what? Maybe we should just call them 50s.
50s.
It's their IQ level. Start calling them all 50s. Those Gen Zers.
Wow. All right. All you.
Okay. Now, when I click here, you can sneak out of the studio because they won't be able to see you. And tell him to get the phone.
Okay.
All right, here we go. She's not leaving. She's staying right here. All right, so we're back to the drag and drop section of the program. I'm not going to put up the picture because I don't have the phone. Don't have the phone because I don't have it in my hand. So I can't even put up the number. I can't grab the phone. You guys can't win a prize identifying what this object is, because there's no way for you to get in contact with me, and we're not doing it. All right, let me move on. We'll come back to that. Dome 360 up. Mad Lash, cable guy, bum, 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 bum. Who's going to the house, caption this, just can. Okay, some of you guys in the members pages, you guys already know this. If you guys are members on Patreon or the General's Lunchbox, you guys already heard this. But yes, it spawned a lot of questions. Let me just summarize. We were driving home from the coast one time with all the kids, and I mean, they were asleep. It was such a long week or weekend for their 4 or 5 days, and coming home from the coast, and we're exhausted. We're coming through Paso Robles. You guys know where Paso Robles is. And this had not been a conversation. This hadn't been something like, you discuss when your family's going to buy a new car, you're going to buy a motorcycle, or you're going to move. It becomes a family discussion. Sometimes for years, you hash this shit out. We're on our way back from the coast. We're going through Paso Robles. I'm driving. I'm tired. Usually Gen X mom's asleep. She wasn't asleep. She stops and goes, hey, 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 pull over. And there's a boat dealership. I said, what for? She goes, so she starts walking around boats. Now, there's Briggs. That tells you how long ago. That's Briggs right there in the picture. And she's going through these boats. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And she goes, this one. Let's get this one. I went, we're not getting a boat. And to be very clear, let me show you how the male species handles marriage requests like this. You guys need to learn how to step up and be a man. Okay, let me teach you right here. Okay, it's all about compromise. My wife wanted a boat. Okay? I didn't want a boat. So we compromised. We got a boat. We got that boat. So all the pictures and everything that were associated with this story was there. But that's true. That's how where's the phone?
The phone is MIA. We're not sure. Could be in a box. Could be in a bag. We don't know where it is right now.
Well,
you said you didn't want it.
No, here. He asked me here. Do I want it handed to me?
We don't know where it is right now. Great. Everything's been moving around. Could go in there, Ace.
When you ask your wife for help and she comes up with these answers and tries to blame it on you, I'm reminded of one of the greatest philosophers of the 20th century, Iceman from Bodfish, who looked at me across a crowded bar one evening and said the immortal words, chicks, man, chicks. No truer words were ever said. To Iceman, who's no longer in Bodfish, he's in Phoenix. This one's for you, buddy. Thanks for help keep me on the course, because it's all been true.
It has not been that bad.
Okay.
You put me up on this pedestal.
Yeah, how long are you going to hold that against me?
Forever.
Okay, if I put you on the pedestal and worship you as a queen, at some point I have to say, okay, come on down. Come on, it's time
Only when I die.
Time to get off the pedestal.
Only when I die.
I can take you down. Now, if I put you there, do I not have the right to remove you?
No.
You are no longer the queen. We're back to being friends and things go well, right?
Wrong.
Okay.
There's not enough whiskey tonight.
No, there's not enough goddamn whiskey tonight. Speaking of going off the rails, let's go off the rails together, shall we? Okay, let's see how many platforms we can get banned from. So we're...
Ready, set, go.
Go. So what we're doing is that you guys know that we're doing the Gen X Talk Store, doing Generation X, Gen X Talks, nostalgia movies and TVs. We're trying to do T-shirts and gifts that are super unique, like never you've seen before. They're not just going to be the generic shit. And so my wife, every now and then, she sends me stuff. You should put this on a shirt. You should put this on a shirt. You should put this on a shirt. I'm like, yeah, great. That's what I want. More ideas from the peanut gallery. So she sends me this one the other day. And I wasn't sure if it was part of a series of this, you should put this on a shirt, or she was genuinely trying to say something. This is the shirt I got. And she sends this to me, and I know it's going to be the T-shirt related. It says, overworked and underfucked. And I said, okay, is this a T-shirt idea, or are you trying to tell me something here? Because I wasn't sure. She wrote back, and she said, well, it's a little bit of both. I said, all right. I take your meaning here, and the next day I handled it. Instead of giving her a chore list with 50 things on it, I gave her a chore list with 25 things on it. I listened. She no longer complained of overworked. I cut her workload in half. So now she can't say that anymore. I'm sure that was the point of this T-shirt. But there's other ones she comes up with. Then you get her on a roll with stuff. Here's one she sent me. Your little ray of sarcastic sunshine has arrived. Great. You know, there's another person that's a distant person in my life that every time I see this shirt, I think of Gen X mom. And I also think, do you know who? Christine Matlock. She just rolls in. Christine rolls up and she's like, I'm your little ray of sarcastic sunshine. Here I am. The two of you are peas in a pod with that. Don't worry, we're not done yet. Here's another one. She says, this one she directed right at me. Did you know, honey, there's 2 places you can stay for free. In your lane and out of my business.
Amen.
And she says that to me often. That almost...
Stay in your department. That's not your department.
It's not your department. Stay in your lane. And this one is stay out of my business.
Exactly.
So I guess I have 3 places I'm allowed to be. This T-shirt would fit nicely on that. We'll work on that. It's not up yet. And there's another one. This one I like her too. A little long-winded for a T-shirt. But she writes, attention, I'm out of order until further notice. My stupid people filter needs cleaning, and my give a damn batteries have just run out. So she doesn't done deal with stupid people, and her give a damn batteries are done. She's fucking that. She's out. I'm off. I'm out of order. Don't fucking talk to me again. She is a McDonald's milkshake machine. Out of order. So there's stuff like that comes around. Now, this last one I am not going to read out loud. You guys know her sense of humor. You guys know the shit she says. We've all got drunk on these shows before, and she has told you some stories back in the day. I've had to delete them, but you guys have heard them. So this t-shirt was no surprise, but I'm going to leave it up for 10 seconds. And no, I'm not reading it out loud to you. This is the last suggestion from Gen X Mom of the Evening. $10. That's it. I'm done. Taking that down. Come on, turn it off. Turn that shit off. All right. So don't worry. There's other stuff we do too. There's staff related. You guys have staff members. We have Trippy Pineapple t-shirts. We have Trippy Pineapple socks. Executive senior staff member here at Gen X Talks. There's items you can already buy. So we thought of one for Sammy Joe. Trippy Pineapple's girlfriend is Sammy Joe. She's been on staff for a little while. She's still coming along. Technically, she's still on her probationary period. We got to figure that out. But we did make one for Sammy Joe. She's all of 4'11". We don't make fun of her being 4'11". We praise it. And this shirt's a Sammy Joe shirt. It'll even have her name on it. There's nothing I can't do except reach the top shelf. I can't do that. It's a little encouraging. There's nothing I can't do, Sammy Joe, except reach the top shelf. So I think that'd be a good Sammy Joe shirt. A couple other things before we move on. Would anybody know what this is if I put it on a t-shirt? Would anybody know? Just raise your hand. Just let me see you go up there. Raise your hand if you know. I don't need to hear an explanation. I'm going to say, would you know? If I put this little cartoon frame with those words, would anybody get it? Or am I the only one? Tell me I'm not the only one. There's got to be others that get this, right? Nothing? Not one hand is going up?
Well, it's a little delayed.
Not one hand. Wow. That's amazing. Not one hand went up. That's sad. I can't believe that. Nobody on Facebook. Wow. Well, anyway, I got it. I thought it was funny, so the hell with me. Yeah, Gen X Mom.
The Sun Valley Fox is chiming in saying, I can tear down for you, or I can use it for the Sun Valley Fox Nation studio. First of all.
Tear down.
You wanted to tear down?
Oh,
or he can use it for him.
Yeah, no.
The other thing is he said, the general needs the Sun Valley Fox Nation Loop Studios as your backdrop. I'm on it. You're welcome. And Denmark. You're in trouble now.
Sun Valley Fox, he's going to fuck things up from a distance. The bad part of him about knowing where we are is that he does have the missile coordinates now. Yes, and it doesn't take, a howitzer could reach us quite nicely. And I'm sure he still got one. Of course, him and the guy who invented the howitzer back in 1850 were friends. So he probably got one of the original ones still. Well, it's just me. What do I know?
Scott Royston gave $10 on YouTube saying, Mama X forever gorgeous, Queen pedestal.
Wow.
Fund.
Yeah, what happened to your bronze statue fund?
Oh, it's around.
Remember
They're
that
still
bronze?
Talking about it.
The bronze statue fund.
Shy gave $2 Extreme X Stream soda.
Oh, for the soda
that survived the 80s.
Wow. Yeah.
And Christopher Sevick says the Sweets the $2 hoe tonight.
Christopher Sevick is right. Sweets is the $2 hoe. That means that every time someone puts $2 into YouTube, a $2 donation, a face drops into the jar. And the jar in the face is, can you see it in there? That is Sweets. That is her real picture, her real face. And I'm real upset that the jar isn't bigger, but it isn't. All right. So, are we done here? Let's go to the last one. My t-shirt idea. Now we got through all the bullshit. Let me go to my t-shirt ideas. I don't know how to make this into a t-shirt yet, but I saw this the other day. This is obviously a cemetery and there's headstones, but I had to snap. I screenshot this. I don't know where it is. I don't know what it's. Obviously it's real. I doubt it was planned, but I grabbed that and I thought if I could make that into a coffee mug or a t-shirt and put something about the dedication that Gen Xers have towards each other on that, I thought it'd be awesome. So that's my idea. You see the stuff that you notice the difference? Gen X Mom's suggestions on shirts versus the generals. Yeah. A little bit more to the heart, baby. A little bit more to the heart. Letting you guys know. All right. Moving around, we start off with something political. We can go back to something political. CNN had a meltdown. This guy is going to get fired. They leave this guy on here. He's on every week, and he's doing statistics and graphs and charts all the time, and he's hyper. And he points out in this video that, and I'll show it. I can't show you the video. I'm not going to show you the video, but this guy is blown away by this. In 1994, if you said, who is more for the common man? Who is more for the little guy? Who's more for the working man? 19 points, which is in polling, is a ginormous number. It's an unstoppable number. Democrats in 2005, 23 points towards Democrats. They always say Republicans are the one you call when the country's at war and we have to defend our shores. They fucking get it done and they kill the enemy. But Democrats love the working man. They love the common man. And even in 2017, I think that number is 16. And the one behind his shoulder right now is tied. And let me tell you, if you're going from a 23-point favorite to a tie, you've lost. You have lost. And this is CNN's polling. They skew things in favor of liberals. They skew things in favor of Democrats. They skew things in favor to make everybody look good on the Democratic side, make the Republicans look bad. Even skewing things, it's a tie. Wow. Just thought I'd point that out, give you guys some food for thought, letting you guys know. Now, don't forget the podcast is dropping tonight. Oh, I know, Gen X Mom. You had asked me if the internet seemed better now.
Yes.
Since he was here. I ran all the speed tests before it. It was good, but until you start actually using it, loading it up.
Right.
You can rev up your engine in the driveway and it may sound good, but until you put it in gear and go down the road and wind that thing out, you just don't know.
Right.
So I uploaded the video version of our podcast, which will drop at midnight tonight on YouTube. It loaded in probably 1/5 the time.
Wow.
If it takes 100 minutes to upload, it took 20. It was incredibly fast.
Good.
So yeah, I know that part's working.
Matt the Cable Man.
Murphy.
Oh, Murphy. Sorry.
He wants to be Murph.
Oh, yeah. He wants
Murph
to
the
be
cable guy. He was very clear on that. Murph the
That's
cable
right.
guy. All right. So yeah, I did want to show you guys something. I take the podcast seriously. The Gen X Talks podcast comes out. It's live on kgxtradio.com every day at 10 o'clock on every Thursday.
day?
I'm drinking. Every Thursday.
I'm not here every day.
Every Thursday at 10 a.m. on kgxtradio.com, we broadcast it live. We edit out all the shit that we can't say and, we can't repeat. And then it drops Friday mornings. And then Sunday mornings, the video version drops for you guys. And I take it seriously. I want you guys to know I take the job seriously. So seconds before we hit the button, this is the show prep. What am I doing? Checking the gear. What am I doing? Making sure that things are working. The light is green, the trap is clean, making sure the pod track's moving up and down, making sure Streamlabs moving side to side, lights, camera, action, go. And what is Gen X Mom doing? Caught right there. She's either, I can't tell in this particular incident if she's putting some sort of lipstick or lip gloss on, or if she took that out of her purse and she's just a little bump of cocaine. I don't know what it is, but either way, this is self-care. I'm worried about you guys. I'm worried about the show. I'm checking shit out. What is she doing? Look at the picture. Off in La La Land, not even looking at me, just doing her own thing. So I don't know what she was doing there, but whatever. So before we go any further, make sure to check that out tomorrow morning. Be part of, I'll put it up everywhere when we can. We'll be home, but we'll put it up for you. But if not, just check out YouTube. It should notify you. Click the bell and subscribe and whatever that is. Anyway, this little blurb came across here. Apparently on The Price is Right, a contestant got so excited she jumped up and down and her boob came out or almost came out of her dress. So the thing was, The Price is Right contestant in a bold America hat narrowly avoids a wardrobe malfunction. Now, all I was thinking about was like, well, Bob, I'd like to guess the price on that. I think it was a swing and a miss. For the rest of us, we got to see a big old American boob come out, and I don't think we've seen that on The Price is Right. So I'm a little upset. I don't think this is quite... This would have been a more disappointing headline had I written it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen... We were this close. We were this close to getting an American boob in The Price is Right, and God damn it, we missed it. Better luck next time. Let's move on. That's how I would have written it. They were a little bit like, woo, thank God that went the right way. I think it went the wrong way. All right. I'm not sure if what I'm going to show you is true or not.
1 second.
Yeah.
John Morgan has a comment, says for $5 on YouTube, it's because you already put your makeup on before you check the gear.
Wow. Where is John calling in from?
None of your business.
I swear to God, if he's on YouTube, he's going in a big fat timeout. Yep, there he is.
Nope.
John Morgan going in a timeout for talking about the general's makeup. Talk about that. John Morgan is in a timeout. $5 a night. You're gone, motherfucker. You're done. Talk about my makeup.
Wow.
All right. Can we get back to the program uninterrupted from fine-feathered friends like you and John Morgan? Appreciate that. All right. So where was I? I don't know if this is real. I tried to look it up to see if it was real. I tried to look up and see what the rules were. I tried to look up to see if this is real. How many people can play at once? Ladies and gentlemen, I submit for your consideration Adult Monopoly. Now, it's got handcuffs and I don't know if that's a woman or a man on all fours. Probably a man groveling at the woman's feet would be my guess. And it's hard to read all little things that are in here. But I mean, if this is adult Monopoly and it comes with cards and dice and you play it and you have to pull cards and read cards and do what they say. Now, if this is a young person's Monopoly, there'll be things like, well, we have to go have sex for 2 hours. It says so on the card and you got to go do it. If this is some sort of swingers Monopoly that you play with couples, it'll say that you draw a card, say kiss the person on your left, stuff like that. But what if there's a chance a realistic person made this? What if there's a person who's been married for 25 years and it's you don't get a get out of jail free card. You don't get a free, oh, look, I got $200 here. What if you draw the card and you read it to your husband, says, go take out the kitchen trash? What if my card says, oh, I got a card here. You can't bitch for an hour. No bitching or complaining for an hour. What if it's realistic? What if the cards in there have very realistic goals on them? Don't leave your dirty clothes out. Maybe that's one. Maybe there's women out there that would play this game going, oh, please. I just got to don't leave your dirty clothes. Don't leave your beard hairs, your shavings all in the sink. Please, got to roll in a 10, got a chance card, picked up chance. Yeah, here, motherfucker, go clean up the sink in the bathroom. What if a guy gets a card and it says, you're not allowed to dent the car for a month and you have to fill it up every time it's low? I'm just saying, I don't know what the rules are to adult Monopoly. I'd probably play it, but I think I'd be much more in favor if it's old school style for old couples where there's some real fantasy cards in there. There's real fantasy cards. Like my wife would say, sure, fantasy card. Oh, take out the kitchen trash and bring the trash cans back. You got to go do it.
That's hot.
Yeah, see,
you taking out the trash, doing dishes, that's hot.
You see, this may be a game that has real world applications. I don't know. I don't know what the things came with to play with this. But it could be stuff like that. If I get one, I'm going to pray for the quit your bitching card. And I hope it's longer than an hour. Where I hand it to, sorry, this is my get out of jail card. It says, shut the fuck up for an hour. And I hand it to her. There could be some real world applications here. And I don't know. Maybe some of you have already played this. I don't know. So
Jade's calling.
Uh-oh. What does Jade want? This is for my pot-smoking, liberal, tree-hugging, computer-repairing son who always bitches about, down with capitalism, man, and I can't buy a house because of you rich guys and capitalism, man. The way the country's run, the system's rigged against me. I'm never gonna own a house. I can barely afford what I'm doing. It's the system, man. And then he's the first one to go, oh, you've ruined the system. Trump's an asshole. Got to send him this. Got to let him know. That's funny. Anyway, that's for the pot smoking guy. So real quick, before we get done here, we got 10 more minutes left. I did talk to Dr. McDreamy. This is Damon Zavala. He's the fight doctor. This is a very good interview. I doubt that any of the moderators can link you to this interview, but this was a great interview we did. Damon Zavala is the fight doctor in Las Vegas. He's one of 4 guys they call, and now he's the main guy they call most of the time to be the number 1 pick for UFC, for the slap contest, For boxing, he's the guy. He's worked 23 years, hard as he can. He never says no. He always says yes. He shows up. He works hard. He never complains, never talks out of school. He does a great job. It's a great interview. A lot of insight to his life and the world of boxing in Las Vegas and stuff. Good stuff there. But anyway, he's my personal doctor. And, tried to get, he's like, you're going to switch to protein. You got to protein up, protein. Gave me a list of 7,000 things I can't have. Gave me a list of 4 things I can't have. So the other day I said, hey, man, I'm really good. I just grabbed I'm driving in my truck. I'm not drinking soda. I didn't get a Coca-Cola. I didn't get a drink from the gas station. I grabbed me a protein thing here, a little protein. He goes, wrong protein. I said, what the fuck does wrong protein mean? I don't know what wrong protein is. There's right, and apparently there's wrong protein, so I can't have these anymore. These are shit. And I also checked with marcyzavala.com today. That's right, marcyzavala.com. And she goes, all of these are shit. Never drink these. Like, God damn it. I mean, not that I just bought 10 cases. I'm just saying if I had, I'd be really upset. So anyway, so I go looking around because it's animal protein. I stopped here at this one, Frog Fuel Power Protein, and they're like, that's the closest to animal protein I can find. I didn't even look any further. I could never drink something that said, I'd feel like they put a frog in a blender. Every time I drank it, I'd be thinking I'm drinking a frog in a blender. I just skip over that. I'm done. I don't know what I'm drinking now. And Marcy Zavala sent me this one. This is the one she says, this is what you should be drinking right now. She says, don't skip a meal. But in between meals, if you're thirsty and you're going as you don't grab a chocolate milk, don't grab milk, don't grab a soda. If you're not drinking water, this one right here. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to buy some of this and I don't know, mix it up and see if it goes. But just so you guys know, those of you following along in the Dayton thread, those of you who are in a Discord server, Gen X Talks has a Discord server, discord.gg/Gen X Talks. There's just chat rooms for old people. There's different categories. There's cars, there's food, it's just for us. And one of them, we were talking the Dayton thread, Nevada. We're talking about this stuff and my chest hurting and my stomach and my gut. All right. So this, so you guys know in the Dayton thread, this is what marcyzavala.com. She spent her whole life figuring this shit out. She's one of the best nutritionists in the country. marcyzavala.com. If you guys are living with pain in your life, she has a way to fix the pain. It's not in a book. You can't buy a book. You can't buy a leaflet. marcyzavala.com. You go there and fill out the stuff, and she is a one-on-one person, and she caters things just to you. There is no program. There's no like, well, turn to page 62 and follow this. There is no program. Everything she does is based on you. Well, this is where I'm at with everything based on me. Pain in the ass, but I had to let you know. Also, that was a serious note, wasn't it? Be a little serious about weight, about health, about pain. Truthfully, marcyzavala.com, you're one click away from being pain-free with your old age. You don't want to call her? Don't. I don't care. But don't bitch about hurting all the time because I gave you the answer and you didn't take it. No, I'm not paid. I'm not sponsored. We don't even get $5 anymore when we say her name. That's the truth. That's just because she's really good and our friend. Anyway, so that was a more serious note. And I should go lighthearted. We went from something serious. We should go to something kind of fun, but I can't. Because there's something that was eating at me. It's been eating at me for years, but it's been hitting me hard the last few nights. And I don't know if you guys can help me with this answer. Maybe you can. Maybe you can't. But I'm going to present it to you. I'm not going to make it a big discussion. If you guys know the answer to this, then let me pour a drink first here. Pour a little bit of drink. If you guys know the answer, maybe we'll keep this serious enough, long enough. You guys can email me if you got an answer. I'm going to drink this. I want you to tune out the other people in the room. Scoot your chair a little closer to the TV. Let's go through this step by step. Okay. Everybody saw Return of the Jedi, right? And in Return of the Jedi, we know that they had to go to the planet Endor to blow up the shield so they could kill the second Death Star. And the part that all of a sudden bothers me is Han Solo and everybody, they dressed up in camouflage, right? Every scene they're dressed up, they got to blend in. They got the greens and the browns. They're sneaking through the planet Endor. They're trying to find the base to get in to blow it up and kill. We saw that. All right, I think everybody's familiar with that. And this is what it looks like when you can't even see him. Chewie didn't have to. Chewie kind of fits in, looks like a big tree. But every person went out of their way, even people with hats. They did everything they could to blend in because it's a top secret mission. It's super important they succeed. There's a lot of this. Shh. A lot of this. Quiet down. A lot of sneaking around. And the part I'm having trouble with is that in the middle of all this, these scenes start appearing. Now, if you're going to dress the part, you're going to fucking walk around in camouflage, why the fuck would you bring a big shiny gold droid with you to Endor who can't walk through the forest? Every glimmer of light bounces off him. I mean, you could see that motherfucker from 3 miles away through the forest going, what the fuck is that? There could be 7,000 rebels all in camouflage, and you'd look right through them all their green, and there's this motherfucker. I'm just asking. Some things, admittedly strange things, keep me up at night. I don't understand why they went to all that trouble and then nobody thought to say, hey, the shiny gold guy should probably stay back for a little while. Just me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I got problems. I got problems. If you guys can help me with that, I'd appreciate it. One last thing before we go back to Gen X Mom. Briggs brought me this. Is this possible? I mean, if you were strong enough, could you pull yourself up? Could you leverage yourself up? And I think of it like a machine. If a machine was there and the machine had a grip on the rope on A and the machine arm went, ding, 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 it's the other side's going to go up. It's a machine. It's full strength. But Briggs said I couldn't do it. I said, why not? Maybe my arms are really strong because you couldn't do it. He says in physics this is impossible. Now, we should have called your brother. He's an engineer guy. We should have let the Sun Valley Fox tell us. Maybe we'll save that. We'll open up with the next show and go, okay, did anybody solve this riddle? Can you do this or not? Because I don't see why you couldn't do it. Sun Valley Fox would probably have to chime in and give us an old school answer here from back in the days of physics and engineering. I don't know. Anyway, that's about it. I think we're about done with that. Don't forget to join Wordle and play Wordle with the staff. Everybody does in the Discord room. It's free. You guess the words, you post your findings. We all do it. We compare notes and just see how we're doing. It's a great way to start your day, whether it's you start with beer or coffee. Wordle goes along with both. I've been told that. All right. Gen X Mom, we're back to you.
All right, I have a few things.
All right, I'm ready.
Russell Covey on Facebook says, sorry I haven't been watching, but I've been very busy. I hope the move is going good. And a huge shout out to the best moderator, Sammy Joe. 200 stars. Yeah,
he's got problems. He's Russell Covey's not all there. The reason he's been busy, he's in and out of mental institutions. And when he's on his medication, off his medication, clearly when he's off, he starts talking about Sammy Joe. Not so good. All right. Scott
Royston, $2 on YouTube. Get your Gen X on cola.
Oh, get your Gen X on cola. Yeah.
Shy said for $5 on YouTube General.
Yeah.
One does not throw shade at our queen when she's getting hot and foxy for the show, sir. That's a hate crime punishable by law. Just saying.
Okay, Shiloh, I know you have an undying dedication to the queen, but come on, let's lie to your friends and I'll lie to mine, but let's not lie to each other. She's just doing that for her own self-preservation, okay? She had nothing to do with anybody looking at her. Doesn't. Just get on the show and do your thing and turn on and let's go. That's all I do. I just sit down, I shake it off and go, let's go, baby. It's time. Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No.
Oh, yeah. Do you ever have pictures of me primping? Not even one.
No, just getting mad.
That's part of the preparation is getting mad.
At T-Bone76 gifted 10 memberships tonight on YouTube. Free membership.
T-Bone, my man.
Graham Gordon for $2. $2 for the Handsome General Nevada Whiskey Fund.
Handsome General Nevada Whiskey Fund.
Drop'em wants to know, General, are you still drinking yuck water?
Yeah, every time she gives it to me. She hasn't given it to me lately. She forgets a lot, but yes.
Not yesterday or today.
Whenever she gives it to me, I drink the yuck water. Sometimes twice a day now. I just thought of something.
What's that?
Who called me handsome? Just, you had it right there.
It's gone.
Oh. Someone called me, it was a Scott Royston, or somebody called me handsome and we moved on. Maybe that's the cola drink. Maybe a picture of my face and it just says handsome.
No.
If you could bottle handsome, what do you think?
Why don't you just call it the garden hose water or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
John Nunez on Facebook. General, what are you drinking tonight? He wants to know.
It's a leaf extract of carbonated whiskey. Don't ask.
Sammy Joe says, how about Pops, Poppin' Cola?
Pops, Poppin' Cola. Ooh, I like that. That's not bad. Well done.
Shy for $2 says, yeah, don't gotta lie to make friends, General. LOL.
No, you just
Wow,
have, you just,
she's asked, you
she-
better be careful. You might go to the woodshed.
she's fucking on right now, isn't she? Shy's on.
Yes, she is.
Guess who's not getting a phone call next round?
Oh.
You. That's right.
At least she didn't go to the woodshed. That's
No,
good.
not yet.
That's it for right now. We are done.
Well, guess what? This show has come to its fruition. It's come to an end. We did just about an hour, a little over by a minute. Thank you guys for tuning in. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Thank you guys for listening to us around the planet. Not sure where you're listening in from, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember two things in life. Number one, wherever you go, there you are. It's true. Just look down. You'll know. And number two, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm out, baby.